rocks. Moving ahead. Now we are taking question from the entire learning. I mean the topics which we have learned as of now, and I'm trying to pick the latest question so that you would be updated, or you would be with the latest pattern of UPSC, and that would be facilitate your ease of learning. So consider the following statement. This was the question in 2013. Electromagnetic radiation, geothermal energy. I hope you remember geothermal gradient. Okay, geothermal gradient. So it is the same basically. Gravitational force, plate movements, rotation of Earth, revolution of Earth. Now, what question is asking? Question is asking that which of the above are responsible for bringing dynamic changes on surface of Earth. These dynamic changes on surface of Earth, I hope you remember, we discussed in Earth movement. I hope you remember, we discussed in this particular endogenic and with respect to these exogenic forces. We discussed about this. Okay, and I told you interplay between these two set of forces are responsible for the dynamism on the Earth's surface. So you have to apply that which factors are there which led to the dynamic nature of our Earth crust. So you can lock this option first of all. So just pick where you have a fourth option. You have a fourth option. You have a fourth option. Now this will be eliminated. That's how you can increase your chances to go for the question correctly. Okay, uh, believe me, you would never remember all the statements line by line, word by word. Sometimes you have to take risk. Why? Because this is what the aptitude as far as the civil services are concerned. Sometimes you have to be with the your subordinate, or you can say sometimes you have to take a risk of giving responsibility of yours to others. And when you have this thing, so you have to develop the risk appetite. So this risk appetite is also reflected in these type of questions, though it is calculated, and it should be calculated. There must not be a blind guess. Okay, there must be a calculated risk. If you know about, let's say, more than 50% of the factors or statements, then you have to go for the question, otherwise won't. So I hope with respect to the plate tectonics, you can say that because of the plate tectonics, there is a dynamic changes on our Earth surface. Clear? Now let us continue with this particular application. Now, why the plates used to move? This plate used to move because of the mental convectional current. Why mental convectional current used to move? Because of geothermal gradient, because of geothermal energy, you can say. Clear? So 2 and 4 is there. So 2 and 4, wherever you see 2 and 4, okay, nothing is striked out. All right. Rotation of Earth. I hope you remember Wegener's theory. I told you that though the Wegener's theory was rejected by the contemporary geographers or scientists, but that theory became a foundational aspect with respect to the drifting of continents. So can't we say that with respect to the Wegener, because that theory also mentioning about the modern understanding of the dynamism or dynamic surface of our Earth. The continents used to move, continents used to evolve. So that was the idea which was given by the Alfred Wegener. So can't you say that we have this rotation of Earth as one of the factor which is responsible for the dynamism on the Earth surface? So wherever you have a fifth option, you have to pick the option. All right, nothing is coming out. Now, gravitational force. Gravitational force is also there. I hope you can imagine in this way that which plate will be moved faster, which plate will be moved slower. That would be decided by conveyor belt effect of mental convectional current, and with respect to the gravity, because gravity used to be there on each and everything which are there on our Earth surface. So this is closely interlinked. Third option is closely interlinked, but yes, nothing is coming out. Okay, nothing is coming out. Now, electromagnetic radiation. our Earth's surface, or let's say our Earth, or let's say our core, I hope you remember. So this core is responsible for magnetism, or let's say the magnetism over the Earth's surface, magnetism around the Earth's surface, and that magnetism used to protect us from the sun. You will have a clarity when we're going to discuss about the atmosphere. So when we have a core, then we have a mental, and then we have a core. So we have an electromagnetic field, and you will be like get to know that as a result of this electromagnetic field, we have so many modifications on our Earth's surface. So you can pick this option, but okay, if you are not sure, let's leave it. Do not do this blind guessing. Revolution of Earth, simply because of the revolution of Earth, what we can say, that we could have a dynamic nature of our Earth surface because of the revolution. Because of the revolution, we will have some sort of, you can say, the topographical changes. How? See, because of the revolution of Earth, I hope you remember, we will have a seasons. Because of the season, what you can say, we may have a intense erosion, or we may have a some sort of slower erosion. Rate of erosion could be faster. Suppose we have a revolution of Earth. Revolution of Earth. As a result of revolution of Earth, we will have a summer solstice. After that, we will have a monsoon in India. When we have a monsoon in India, we will have a more water, which will going to uh, have some sort of rainfall. As a result of that rainfall, we will have what? Erosional landform. Erosional landforms are what? They are the representation of dynamic nature of our Earth crust. Yes or no? So yes, with this you can pick this option, and you can go with the sixth. Now here you can say we have a sixth option. So the entire weightage, or let's say the decisive options here in this case, are C and D. You have to take risk in these set of questions. See, my purpose to fit this question is to make you aware about the risk taking ability, how to take risk, and how to take a calculated risk. Okay, I told you, with this first option we will going to be discussed in the atmosphere. Okay, and I told you that as of now, if you haven't discussed it, remove it, don't consider it, because the things for which you are not aware, do not include those in your interpretation of answer. So rest of the option we have considered. Okay, and now you are actually striking out between these two. Now here your probability is increased. Earlier your probability was actually 25%. Now your probability is 25%. If you are stuck, if you are stuck in paper, then you can go with these options. I mean, you have to take risk. Either you will get positive marks, or you might get negative marks. Okay, but you have to take this risk. Especially you have to take this risk when you are near to cut off. Now you will say, how we will get to know that am I near to cut off or not? Because at the time of examination, it's very difficult to take such kind of guesses. True, certainly true. There is a proper approach to solve what? Questions in your prelims. So when you are about to solve your question in prelims, let's say question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, for example, and you can take this up to 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, until 100 you have a question. So what you have to do? See, suppose you have a first question. You have a first question and you know that what is the answer of that first question. So what you have to do? You have to do what? You have to